Hi everybody, my name is Barry Schwartz and this is the Search Buzz Video Recap. Today is Friday, July 14th, and this is the search news we covered over at the Search Engine Roundtable at seroundtable.com over the past week. First up, there were early signs over the weekend of a possible Google algorithm update. Truth is, over the week, that stuff has died down. Not that much chatter around it like the previous weeks, but a lot of the tools were going nuts, literally going nuts over the weekend. So, and also people were commenting about it, but then it seems like things might have rolled back, reverted back, or whatever it might have been. So again, there may have been an update over the weekend. Again, that chatter has died down a lot, so I wouldn't worry too much about it, but definitely take a look at your analytics to see if anything significantly changed. Feature snippet spam. So here's our first case of real feature snippets image spam. Specifically, when you do a search for school holidays, you got the textual answer, the textual feature snippet, but then there's like an ad over here. It says, click here to get 200 euros off per couple for your holiday vacation. This is actually being pulled dynamically from a page that has content like this. I think it might be the same page. It looks like an ad on that page that's just dynamically being pulled. It obviously has the graphic itself has no textual information about that information. So it's kind of one of those examples that you could go ahead and spam Google feature snippets with images if you wanted to. Google is aware of it. Google Images now can show video and recipe data. There's a new structure markup around this. So here's an example. If you click on images and you click on an image, it brings up this screen here, which lets you actually watch the video that the image is being pulled from. And also with recipe data, click on images, click on an image, and then there's a recipe data. That's all coming from rich snippets and information around that. So that's pretty good. Google posted a new frequently asked questions around the job search. So if you want to go ahead and do job searches, Google now has this whole new Google for Jobs feature where they actually show you job listings from the web. You could actually, as a webmaster, mark up your job listings for Google to index and promote in the Google search results, and that works pretty well. And Maria from Google went ahead and did a whole FAQ around webmaster-related questions around this feature. So if you want to take a look at those FAQs, take a look over here about use the markup correctly, why things aren't showing up, and so forth. So definitely take a look at that if you do post jobs on your website. If you were a new user to Google Search Console between the dates of June 21st and July 10th, that 19-20 day period, you will have lost all the data between those date ranges. For existing users, it's not a problem, but for new users, if you went ahead and signed up, all that data between that date range is gone forever. Google posted this in the data anomalies page. Basically said all first-time Search Console users who joined Search Console during this period will be missing site data during this period. First-time users who joined before or after this period are not affected. Google said they specifically use ccTLDs, country-level, top-level domains, and Google Search Console settings for geo-targeting. They really don't use the location of the server anymore, and so forth. And again, this is stuff that is going back for lots of history. If you are going geo-targeting, make sure to use the ccTLD option, where you have a domain that using the country-level domain, and you use geo-targeting in Google Search Console. Google says they can technically rank different. They can definitely rank /page and /page.html, that kind of scenario, separately in search if the content on those pages separately are different. Of course, technically in Apache, these are different pages. Google will often canonicalize it too to make them the same page, especially when the content is the same. But if you technically want to play games with Google, not that it's a game, you could go ahead and make the content differently because technically they are different pages. So Google, the messaging feature, remember that they were testing it about a year or so ago. Now it's live. So let me just show you a screenshot of what it looks like. If you go to a Google local business profile, you might see a button that says message. When you click it, it lets you go ahead and send a text message to the business, and the business will be able to respond back to you. This should be now available to all U.S. publishers in the Google My Business dashboard. You'll see it over here. You can just turn on messaging, and when you do that, you just verify your phone number. Then you go ahead and add your welcome message. You can add your welcome message over there, and you can turn it on or off based on that. I wish it actually was turned on or off based on business hours, or let you set the on and off feature over here, but right now it hasn't. Again, this is live for all U.S. local businesses in Google My Business, so feel free to use it. Google has updated the Google My Business Insights email, their analytics and statistics email. It looks a lot prettier, so here's what it looks like. Now, it shows you a snapshot of how many views, the before and after, if people ask directions, visits to your website, how many people called you, ratings, and so forth. It's a very updated, nicer way to go ahead and look at your Google My Business Insights. Thanks, Dawn, for watching in Seattle at this early hour. Google My Business is testing a mini dashboard directly in the search results to kind of get businesses to actually go ahead and update their profiles. It's a test, so if you do a search for your business, not only will you get like a lot of buttons over there, but you will get this little dashboard, or some people who are seeing this test will get this little dashboard suggesting that they go ahead and edit their information, update their information, add photos, and so forth, or see their insights. So it's a way of Google promoting their Google My Business dashboard to businesses that are logged into their own place. Google's restaurants that are listed in Google now have this option here that are showing menus in one of the tabs. So Google recently added these tabs in the local panel for all businesses, and now based on the business they might show different tabs. Some might show reviews, ratings, pricing, etc., etc. For restaurants, they're going to try to show menu. When you click on it, it actually takes you to the menu of that restaurant directly in Google search results using, I guess, the structured markup for menus. Google's also showing other businesses in the local panel. So if you do a search, and for example, here's a popular steakhouse, Peter, and he also has other locations, and we'll show other locations for this chef, which is pretty cool. Google Maps suggests an edit feature, so you can actually go into Google Search or into Google Maps, do a search for a business, and on that local panel there's a suggest an edit button. It's mostly those submissions to that button are happening really fast, some within 2 days they said, which is much, much faster than it used to be. And obviously with that comes concerns around spam and Google Maps spam, so we'll see what happens with that. Google AdSense has taken a stance against pop-ups and pop-unders. In short, publishers are not permitted to place ads on sites that have more than 3 pop-ups on it. If pop-ups are displayed on the site, they may not interfere with the site navigation, change user preferences, initiate downloads, or distribute viruses. Publishers are not permitted to place ads, Google ads, on sites that contain trigger pop-unders, so no ads at all on pop-unders. And additionally, sites using AdSense may not be loaded by any software triggered pop-ups, etc., etc. Basically, pop-ups and pop-unders are being scrutinized by AdSense, which is a really, really good thing to see here by Google, which is a good stance, which is not always the case, especially with AdSense, where Google AdSense is usually conflicting with the Google organic policies around how your ads can distract users. Bing is testing a popular content box. So if you do a search for Shutterstock on Bing, you'll get this little popular content box. And sometimes these links to specific sections on the website, and sometimes they don't. For example, the Dropbox example just has popular content, but all these links link to the actual homepage, which is interesting. I'm not sure how useful that is. And finally, the big industry news this week is that, we talked about Danny Sullivan last week. Rand Fishkin from Moz seems like he is transitioning out of his company. He said he's leaving the company, or Sarah Bird, the CEO, on his behalf, said he's leaving the company. He actually never said it directly. He hasn't actually commented about it, either on the SEO, on the Moz blog. He hasn't commented himself on Twitter. He gave a statement to a GeekWire article that asked him for a statement saying, "I'm very sad to be leaving Moz, but I will continue to support the team through 2017 and beyond." I don't have any additional further comments. Check out Sarah's post in the blog. But he does hope to write something about it in the future. We'll see what happens when he writes that. Basically, he's leaving the company. It's going to happen in 6 to 9 months. He's no longer be in charge of any day-to-day operations or those decisions. He is going to be the chairman as well, because he has tremendous amount of stock in the company still. He's founded the company 16 years ago. I personally met him and worked with him in a volunteer base, I think in 2005, 2004 at different SEO communities and forums. He has contributed personally to the SEO community more than 99% of the SEO world, probably more than that. And he has made the SEO community better in so many ways, from obviously the technology standpoint and from many other ways in terms of helping people get to where they want. There's tons and tons of comments about congratulating him and to thank him for everything he's done over the years. And obviously everybody's very excited to see what he's going to be up to in the future. In any event, thanks so much for listening to the Search Boss Video Recap. My name again is Barry Schwartz, and this is the search news we covered over at the Search Engine Roundtable at SEOroundtable.com over the past week. Thanks to all those listening live. And again, hopefully for next week, I will have a little bit better audio quality. I bought all these different audio adapters to plug into this Mevo camera. And Hopefully you guys will be able to hear me a little bit better because I know I talk really fast, and that's basically because I'm a New Yorker. Anyway, everyone have a great weekend, and I'll see you guys next week. Bye.